I think he's a singularity. I have never seen anybody else who's in the same league as him.
Wow.
I've certainly met a lot of programmers who are very
Yeah.
good, and some of my students, sure, the people I worked with at Bell Labs, very good. But Ken is in a different universe entirely, as far as I can tell, and it's a combination of a bunch of things. I mean, just being able to write code very quickly, that works. Very, very well done code, but also this insight into solving the right problem in the right
Hmm.
way, and just doing that repeatedly over all kinds of different domains. I've never seen anybody remotely like that in any setting at all. One night he and Joe Condon and we had gotten a new typesetter at Bell Labs. It was basically a device controlled by a very small computer inside a computer automation naked mini, if you wish to know. Just a generic kind of mediocre 16-bit computer. And the typesetter came with really awful software. And so you couldn't figure out what was going on. And of course, you didn't get source code,
Right.
you just got something that ran. And so Ken and Joe and I were puzzling over what to do with this thing. And late afternoon, I said, I'm going home for dinner. I'll be back in a while. And I came back at sort of 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And Ken had written a disassembler for this thing so that he could see what the assembly language was, so that he could then start to write. Well, of course, now you write the assembler, and then and that kind of thing, where in a couple of hours he had built a fundamental tool that was then our first toehold into
Wow.
understanding the machine. Now, writing a disassembler is not rocket science, but on the other hand, to put it together that quickly and accurately on the basis of very little information. Now, this is before the internet, when you couldn't just sort of go and Google for what's the opcode set of this machine. You had to find manuals and just all this kind of thing. So, no, off scale.
Hmm.
And he just kept doing that over such a wide domain of things. I mean, we think of Unix, but he did all this work on the chess machine, where he had the first master level chess computer. That was his software. And he wrote a lot of the CAD tools that made it go as well. And, he built a thing that was like the Sony Walkman with an MP3 like encoding before anybody else
Huh.
did, because he talked to the people who knew how to do speech coding down the hall. It's on and on and on and
Hmm.
on.